host and launched your new single on the radio for us?
Okay, yeah. Bonjour, je m'appelle Dolores O'Riordan and nouvelle chanson, The Journey.
Can we say that No Baggage, is that your most experimental record so far? Or?
I'd say so, yeah, definitely. Because you know, when you get a bit older and you're not really doing it with a group and you're only doing it as a hobby again, then you're going to push yourself a little bit further and you don't have as many inhibitions as you get older, you don't have as much fear. And that's very important, you know. Like probably the most crippling thing is fear. Fear stops you. Now it's like I have a clean slate and music is just a hobby again, like painting is. And it's great because then you really experiment, you know, you're not really worried about critics and all that because you're not so big anymore. So you're not coming out with all this focus, you're just coming out with nothing and you're starting from the bottom again, so it's great. I was in the forest, I just let my hair grow and then I kind of went into myself, I became very introverted. And when I came back out with the album in 2007, I was very kind of shy. I was kind of almost, what's this going to be like? Because it was such a long time since I'd been in the public eye. So I went out and I had the hair, you see, so I could hide. But it was great. The whole year was fabulous. The fans were beautiful, the gigs were amazing. And then I cut my hair and kind of did this because I wanted to be kind of bright and stuff again. Actually, I must admit, like, so the second Cranberries album was huge. It sold 14 million, I believe, you know, which was massive back in the days when people bought CDs and all that. Remember those days? But, like, you know, it was massive. Like, I know you could kind of monitor things and all. But after that, I found that the fame was so big that actually I put a big wall around myself, a big emotional wall, and I felt like I had to live up to the expectations of being this famous person who was perfect. I'm perfect. So I kind of didn't write about any of my fragile feelings or my fears or my weaknesses or anything. And then actually it got kind of back to a point after having the children and whatnot 10 years later with this album where I decided to open up emotionally 100%. It was actually really good for my head. That's why I call this album No Baggage, because I put all my baggage on there. So it's on the CD now. Yeah, and actually, you know, it's kind of comforting as other people relate to it. So you go, oh, so I'm normal. Cool. There's often times when I have ideas for songs and stuff and I think it's going to be crap. But then if I go with it and I get around a certain corner and then I, you know, work with my co-producer, I say, what do you think of this? And if he gives me really positive feedback, then I'll push it further. And generally it turns out really good. But it's always good to have somebody to bounce off of, so you get a bit of feedback while you're doing it, you know.
Okay. Can you name a particular song on your forthcoming record, No Baggage, where that happened?
Yeah, I mean, there was a fair few, like Switch Off the Moment. I didn't really know like what was happening with that, because I had these ideas and I had an idea of it going this way, but then it's coming back this way and then it stops and then it changes. And I was wondering if it would all work out, but it did actually work out really good. Because as the song goes, it's not predictable as it goes along, you know. And that's like the fun thing, is challenging yourself and doing things you've not done before. Because it's easy to write songs that are just verse, chorus, bridge, verse, chorus, bridge. But it's also fun to kind of try to do something you've never done before. Skeleton is fairly strong. See? Skeleton. Can you see my skeleton?